Moonshine Circle, you're not tuned to Glitch in the Matrix on Twitch. Listen, we live. We're doing a live breakdown on Twitch, Alien Vamp Squad, the Nocturnal Stream Team. Tap into the live streams, but if you're seeing this on YouTube, we are going deep in the Hermetic philosophy, the universal and the particular. In this chapter, Hermes clarifies how the Zodiac makes each individual member of the human species unique. Everything has a form. A table, for example, is a horizontal surface supported by legs. This is the universal form which all tables share. Every individual table shares the universal form of all tables, but it also has a unique particular form by which we know it to be this table and not that one. One table is large and made of oak. Another table is small and made of plastic. Both are unique, and yet both are still tables. If anything deviates too far from this universal form, we would no longer call it a table. If a table were to be smashed into pieces, for example, it would have changed form, and we would now call it something else. Firewood, perhaps. Firewood. Everything is a particular version of a universal form. Every animal, for example, is both unique and a member of a particular species. All human beings share the quality of being human, but each individual has unique characteristics by which we may tell them apart and other members of our species. Each one of us is a particular version of the universal form, human being. This quality of humanness is unchanging and permanent. We are very different from our ancestors, but we are no more human. The particular forms are always changing. In a single human life, we change from being a baby to becoming an adult and finally an elder. We never remain the same, yet birth, mortality, and death are all contained within the universal form of human life. Hermes compares the constant universal forms to the fixed constellations of the stars, basically the zodiacs. That's what we're gonna get into. He compares the changing particular forms to the changing relationships between the stars as they revolve in the heavens. Our fundamental human nature remains the same throughout our life, but our individual fate changes in accordance with the constantly changing patterns of the stars. As in astrology, Hermes teaches that our individual destiny is created by the positions of the planets at our moment of birth. So right now they're basically talking about the natal chart. You have to study your natal chart. You're not just a Pisces, you're not just a Scorpio, you're not just a Taurus, you're not just a this or that. You are a mixture and a melting pot of the elements. Literally, most people, if they know a little bit more about astrology, you have a big three at least. You have your moon, your sun, moon, and your rising. But you have a whole chart, bro, and it's based specifically when you was born, your name. Like, bro, it's deep. Where was I? These are the gods. So basically the celestial bodies, the planets, the solar system and the star constellations are the gods. So when ancient civilizations was basically talking about gods, a lot of them were talking about the sun, they were talking about the moon, they were talking about the planets. So it says these are the gods who take charge of us, controlling our bodies and shaping our souls. The universal and the particular. Autumn, like atom, like Adam and Eve, or Atoms. Atum is the all creator in Egyptian spirituality. Atum arranged the constellations of the zodiac in harmony with the movements of nature and charged them with producing all the forms of the animals. When these gods had used their different powers, there emerged four-footed beasts, creeping things, fishes, winged birds, grass, and flowering herbs, all according to their different natures, and each containing the seed of the continuance of their species. Every living thing has its own unique form, given to it by the power of the Zodiac. This form is appropriate to its species, yet each is individual. The human race, for example, shares a common universal form by which we know that a man is a man. Yet all human beings have a distinctly different particular form, of which no two are entirely alike. Each particular form is unique because it inhabits a unique time and place. The particular forms change in every moment of every hour, as the gods of the Zodiac revolve in their celestial circle. The universal forms do not change, just as the constellations remain the same. But instant by instant, the particular forms transform as the sphere of heaven changes as it turns. The sky is wet, then dry, cold, then hot, bright, then dark. But these rapidly alternating forms are all subsumed under the universal unchanging form of the sky. The earth is ever changing, generating, producing, yielding different crops, yet it remains the earth. Water may be standing or flowing, but it is still water. The human body is an earthly temple constructed by the powers of the Zodiac. The human body is an earthly temple constructed by the power of the Zodiac, which makes myriad forms from simple archetypes. There are 12 signs of the Zodiac, and the forms they produce fall into 12 divisions. They are, however, inseparably united in their action. And this is why you gotta study your natal chart. Nature makes the human body so that its constitution resonates with the pattern of the stars in such a way that they mutually affect one another. When we are born, the planetary gods who are at the time on duty as ministers of birth take charge of us. These particular powers, this is the last page, that change according to the rotation of the planets, make their way in through the body and mold the shape of our souls. They penetrate our nerves and marrow, veins and arteries, even our innermost organs. So what y'all think about that? Hey, yo, God, if you're still in here, bro, let me know what you think about that, bro, because this is what people gotta understand, bro. Your natal chart is a soul map for you to explore not only this earth, but to master the cosmos. You have to study your natal chart. People think they just one sign. You're not just one sign. You have a whole chart with different houses. Like there's people that really know astrology. They know all the houses. It's like, bro, you could have a certain sign in a certain house, and then the planets being like, bro, it's a lot to it. You feel me? Like planets being retrograde, or Mercury being retrograde, planets being conjunction, all that shit affects us, bro. Just how they say a full moon affects you, all of this shit, all the planets and the constellations, everything that's going on in the cosmos, it affects us. That's what people don't understand. I'm trying to see, man. Do I gotta crack the power of your subconscious mind? Like, hold on, let me stop.